Morning, Katie.
Hello.
Hi, Jeannie. Hey, welcome to the channel. And why am I holding up this sign? Because I didn't think I would be able to get the channel project truck to Bloomsburg in time, but I'm making great headway on it. And it looks like we are gonna take the truck to the four-wheel jamboree in Bloomsburg. So you guys wanna come check me out down there at the show. It's July 13th, 14th, and 15th. But today on the channel, I'm gonna show you guys how to install a set of Stampede off-road fender flares on the second gen Dodge Ram. These are made by Stampede, and this fits 94 through 2001 Dodge Ram 1500s, and this is the rugged look with the stainless steel bolts that go in here. I'll show you how to install it here on the front fender, and it's pretty much the same all the way around, and then I'll show you a quick shot of what the truck will look like with the fender flares on it before I get the wheels put on it. So let me get things set up here so this way there is some prep work to this. That way you guys can see a little bit of prep work. All right, these are part number 84052 by Stampede fender flares for the 94 through 01 Dodge Ram 1500. And in the kit, what they'll give you is self-tapping screws to screw the flare to the fenders. Then they also give you a gasket material which seals the outside of the flare to the fender, and these hex bolts that go around the outside of the fender flare. So to install these, here's a little tip for you. To install these, there is a shiny side and a flat side to the washer. I'm going to install them with the shiny side up, and you just put the washer in there, get your nut, and all you're going to do is put the screw through there, attach the nut to the back of the hex head, and then you're going to get your Allen wrench, and there is it's a 1/2 inch drive on the back, and I'm just gonna snug it up. You really don't want to, you don't need to really cinch down on these because they don't need to be tight. They're not really functional, they're more decorative. So once again, I'm looking for the shiny side of the washer because I want that side out, because I like a little bling bling. And it's that simple. Didn't get that one on good enough yet. So you just continue through this all the way down through the top of the flare. Remember to keep your whatever style way you like your washer, whether it's the shiny side up, the more polished look, or the flat look. Just make sure you run it through all the way through, so this way you're not mixed and match, and it looks more uniform. So if any of you guys are going to the four-wheel jamboree in Bloomsburg, PA, July 13th, 14th, and 15th, hit me up. Hit me up in the comments, let me know. Well, I'm gonna finish putting these on, and I'll be right back to show you how to put the edge molding on. Okay, now that you have all your bolts installed around the top of the flare, it will now be time to put the side molding onto the flare to protect the bodywork from the edge of the flare. So what I like to do is lay the flare down flat, and you'll start from one end and work your way all the way around. And the reason why I have the towels down is because I don't want to scratch the underside of the flare. So what I will do is get the edge of the flare and line up your molding. So, and this is done by, there's 3M tape on the inside. So stretch this all out to what you need. And make sure you start using at the right end. And it'll look like that's the end, because you want the tape side on the inside of the flare. And that's the greatest side. And then all you want to do is just peel back the 3M tape. Okay, there we have it. And what I'll do is just peel back about 1 inch. That way you could work this around your flare all the way down to the edge there. And once you have that started, I will put my thumb there. That way it will hold it while I'm working the gasket material around the outside of the flare, the outer edge of the flare, which would be up against the fender. I picked up these Fender flares from A&A Truck and Off-Road here in Dallas, PA. It's my one-stop shop for all my automotive needs. You could get a similar flare to this cheaper online, but I checked out some of the people that had those, and compared to these, those are a lot more flimsier, because you do pay for what you get. So you just want to keep working this around. And what I'll do is probably get about halfway. Yeah, if you guys are ever in town, stop off at A&A Truck on Off-Road here in Dallas, PA. It's on Memorial Highway in Dallas, PA. If you're in town, just stop in, say hi to the guys and gals there. Ask for Pat. Tell them you watch my videos. So once I have this started, and I'll go mostly all the way around the flare, but I just want to show you here on how to get this going. So this is where I pulled the tape, the 3M tape back off here. And then all you want to do is just pull it off your tape and just keep working the molding around the flare. And then once you get to a section where you need to continue on, just keep going. To put these on the truck, it's nice to have 2 people to do it. So I will have one of the team members come in and assist me with this. And it will be their first time being on a video somewhat. Usually they're behind the scenes, making fun, laughing. So there's not much to doing this. Once I come down to the very end, I'll get my molding, work it around there. And then I'll just trim the excess off with a pair of scissors or a razor blade. So just take your razor blade and go across the bottom. And there you have it. Your molding has now been installed on the flare, and it's not that difficult. So let me mock these up and show you what it's looked like, and I'll get my other team member in here to assist me on this. Okay, now that we have our fender flare all prepped up, I called on my team member Jerry here to give me a helping hand, because it's easier to do this with 2 people. And on the inside of the fender flares, they are marked where they go at on the vehicle. So what we'll do is have Jerry assist me in getting this lined up. And what you want to do is just get it lined up like so. You get it flushed up against the fender. And I'll check this side out. Make sure it's a nice fit here. You want a nice even fit, and you want it flushed against the fender and have the gaps even. Okay, so once you have it up, you get assistance from your team member or your who's ever giving you a helping hand, and he will hold it here to where it needs to be. Then you get your self-tapping screws, and then what you'll do is start screwing your fender flare around. And what it is a Phillips. And just make sure everything still fits and everything's even. And they are self-tappers. And all you got to do is just get them started. You don't get them, tighten them down. You can always finish tightening them down by hand. And it's pretty simple. And you just start at one end and work your way around. And the guy that's helping you, he will check the gap to make sure it's all nice and even. All right, well, I'll finish these up, and then I'll show you what it looks like when we're done. Stay tuned. Okay, now our fender flare has been attached to the fender. Now I'll show you what this side of the vehicle looks like with both flares on. And then that way I'll get over there, finish up the second side while I have my team members here, which I want to give a big shout out to Jerry and Megan. Megan's been operating the camera, and Jerry was my extra set of hands. So let me show you what it looks like on the vehicle. All right, here's what it looks like with both flares on the truck. As you can see, it gives it a nice rugged outdoor appearance. And check out that running board. Surf City Killer Chrome all metal polish. That's the ticket too. All right, hit me up in the comments, guys, what you think about the fender flares installed on the second gen Dodge. And I also like to thank Jerry once again for lending me a hand, and Megan for working the camera. You guys give me a big thumbs up. Don't forget to wrench down on that subscribe button. Tell me what you think. I'm Joe. Driving trucks and hunting bucks is how I roll with Wicked Fast.